Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Senstaku's ADHD stream. I'm Senstaku, and I'm tired. But not as tired as I was yesterday, so there's that. Good morning, everybody. We're back with more Pathfinder Kingmaker, and I'm wearing a very small vest. I like this vest, though. It's nice. It brings to light weird design choices that exist in fashion. Men's clothing is all designed with the button on the right hand side, and women's clothing are all designed with buttons on the left hand side, as you can see. As far as I understand it, this is a holdback. This is a holdover from a while ago, where men would dress themselves, but women would be dressed by others, by servants. And so it's kind of weird. It's very weird. But what it ends up being now is that if you're left-handed, you're wearing women's clothes. I don't know. It's a really arbitrary and weird thing that happens in fashion, and I like wearing I like wearing small vests, so I don't care if this is a woman's vest. Of course, I think gendering clothes is kind of weird. Like, design clothes for body types rather than design clothes for genders, I guess. More sense to me. Anyways, we're back with more Pathfinder Kingmaker, as I get off on a tangent immediately. When last we left off, I don't remember. I honestly, like, that tends to be the problem with Kingmaker, and that's the reason why I haven't finished it on stream before. Is the bits between things there's a lot of time between plot points happening in Kingmaker where you're not doing anything. And that's boring. Anyways, let's go to the game. We are, in fact, in one of those periods right now, I believe. We're just, like, between... Like, there's a couple things we could do. But largely, we're waiting.
All according to plan.
But we should... all these people we should be leveling up. The 11th, so technically we shouldn't get any more visitors if we go ahead and do a rank up, but our only rank up right now is the general, so well, I was wrong. We got a visitor. Judging by his flared nostrils and furrowed brow, something has upset John recently. Your Grace, I have here one of your subjects. He goes by the name Remus. We caught him spreading false prophecies, sowing fear amongst your people. The old man before you is clattered in tattered rags. His gray hair and beard are filthy and matted. Judging by the smell, he has not bathed in some time. Perhaps years. And you have to fight the urge to cover your nose. Oblivious, the old man picks at his beard in silence, as if trying to catch lice. You're not certain he even knows where he is. John straightens, his face flushed. As if this wasn't enough, this, Erastil, forgive my words, prophet, blasphemed against the deities, proclaiming we must bow to some false god. At the mention of God, the old man chatters and his eyes go wide, almost feverish. The goddess will rise from the forests, from the swamps. You have cut down her trees and drained her marshes, but she will take no more of this. Fall to your knees and repent, and she will grant you a swift death. Your Grace, you have to deal with this madman. I am the only sane person in the city, this hideous, ugly city. Its stone buildings claw into the soil and think themselves safe, but the sky shall open, the earth shall tremble, and this city shall crumble beneath its pride. Arastal, have mercy. Will you be silent, you fool? And another world shall swallow the ugly city and its careless dwellers, and the only rain shall weep for the emptiness left in their place. And only the rain shall. We've already met just outside of Oleg's trading post, remember? Remus gives you an absent-minded look. It seems he's at a loss. Let's talk about your prophecy, Remus. What is this other world you speak of, and what will happen to the city? A different world, fierce and wild, where mountains impale the sky, where rivers change direction, where the very trees talk to the stars. The wild world will consume the city, shape it in its own image. It will be the end of all. And how do you know about that? The goddess showed it to me in my visions! She whispered about a beautiful new world, told me she would heal nature's wounds, but I don't want it. She must be stopped. Sacrifices. We must offer sacrifices. Goats or cows or horses, that will be enough. It must be enough. Tell me about this goddess. I would know more about her. Her fury is like a river after a storm, her voice thunder in a summer sky, her touch as cold and sharp as a sliver of ice. She is beautiful as a dream. It's been 40 years since I last longed for a woman but her. So an angry goddess will lay our city to waste because we drained her swamp. She must be a petty goddess indeed if she takes part in the affairs of mortals even on such insignificant occasions. Perhaps she had simply had a dream, and it merely seemed real. But Remus's gaze becomes clear for a moment. His shoulders slump, and he looks even older now, more tired. Maybe you are right. I need to lie down. Praise be Erastil. That a glimpse of reason? I thank you, your grace. You have turned this poor man towards the light. I'll find him a place to sleep and make sure he's fed and sent back to where he came from once he wakes. I think we should expect no more trouble and no new prophecies. Thank you, Jod, for wasting my time. Enchanted Wind. High Priest seeks your advice. I bear bad news, your grace. A number of foul idols have been seen around your new capital. They don't belong to any god known to me, and strange loners seem to be drawn to them, which only gives me greater concern. I suggest we tear them down and be done with it. Who knows what evil lingers in the stolen lands from old times. In any case, they certainly don't belong here. Grind them to dust, I get +3 divine. I leave them alone, I get +1 community and +2 loyalty. Leave the idols where they stand. Someone worships them, and we've no right to interfere. Or making a mistake. What if something hideous crawls out from under them? Some demon or worse. Or simply too kind, your grace. Too kind and not firm enough. Listen, old man, I will murder you. Why are both of our high priests the worst? We either have Harem, who's just like, never do anything at all. Or John, who's like, you should be the iron fist of religion that crushes out all usurpers. Look at all those opportunities we succeeded at. Alright. There's a look of determination on Tristan's face. I bring bad news from your subjects. Today one of our citizens stopped me in the street and asked me to tell you something of import. You see, one of the traders who today sells imported specialties in the capital is not always letting on his life. Under the Stag Lord, he helped the bandits sell stolen goods, for a percentage, of course. The scoundrel was far from the fort on the day you struck the decisive blow against the Stag Lord and his band, and today he continues trading in plain view of those who he recently helped rob. I never rush to judgment, but you must at least arrest this merchant, question him, and give him a chance to repent. Think of those who see him in the streets every day, walking free and unpunished for his crimes. He will appeal to you for justice, Baron. Hello, the Mask of Blackness. Yes, hot magma. -3 to economy, +2 to community, and +30 BP. I'll take that. I'll take that trade. Arrest the shifty merchant immediately. He'll answer for selling stolen goods, even if it happened before my time. I shall order this merchant be detained. Of course, we'll fully investigate all these rumors and get the truth before we judge him. Yeah, my economy's doing pretty good, so I'm not too terribly concerned about it, really. Whoops. A plump man in his 30s approaches you. His hair is untidy, road dust covers his worn clothes, and his boots have seen better days. The stranger speaks to you in an unusually high-pitched voice. Your Grace, I demand justice! Crime in the barony is on the rise! The man shakes his clenched fist and drops his hands helplessly. In open daylight, I was tricked, robbed, and if that wasn't enough, humiliated. A gang of local thugs tricked me into trusting them. They found out about my possessions and disappeared with my treasures. I sent them to the island on Candlemere some time ago. They just vanished into thin air. I beg you, find these scoundrels and retrieve my treasure. I'll pay a handsome sum to be sure the villains are brought to justice. Who are you? Wireless Gunderson, Your Grace. I am a scientist, an explorer, an adventurer, and a renowned expert in treasures and artifacts of virtually every era and culture. Jubilost eyes Wireless up and down. So many titles for a single piece of mediocrity. So, Sir Northrobble, you're here. What a nice surprise. Oh, really? In case you hadn't noticed, I've been here from the start. Or perhaps after the open lecture in the Foray Logos and Absalom, you've lost not only the rest of your mind, but also your eyesight. I see your manners haven't improved since last we met. Well, happily, I no longer consider you the beacon of knowledge that you once were. You can joke however you like. I am above such discourse. The only thing that puts you above me is your size, Wireless. And even that isn't so impressive for a human. You don't seem like a local. Why would you keep these possessions of yours on an island in the middle of Candlemere Lake? Well, you see, it's not exactly my possessions right now. It's just I learned from the locals about the ruins of an ancient temple on the island, and everyone knows where there's a temple, there's always some hope of treasure. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you believe that some sacred relics from the temple of an unknown deity belong to you. By what right? By right of finding. I dug up all the stories about the temple. I hired the crew. I pointed out where to start the search. Besides, no harm done. No one ever really goes there anyway. There aren't many volunteers willing to visit a cursed island. Noticing the change in your face, Wallace restrained himself. Oops, I'm just talking gibberish. Heard some gossip somewhere, and here I am spilling it all to you. It's nothing, Your Grace. Just a big fat load of nothing. Some empty talk about someone sacrificing someone else there. As for the ghosted lights, I'm sure there's a rational explanation for that. Same with the flash of light over the ruins. Which deity was this temple dedicated to? Who cares? I don't know. I never asked. All I heard is that long ago the locals used to perform some rituals there dedicated to some ancient deity. Some rituals. Some ancient deities. Now that's what I call getting into details. With deep knowledge like that, you could easily write a book. You could call this the opus magnum of yours, some encyclopedia. Someone offered sacrifices there. And I suppose we're not talking about animal sacrifices? The locals say something about that being why the place is cursed. Okay. What ghostly lights are you talking about? The lights were strange, you know. They were brighter than fireflies in different colors. You can see them even from the shore during the day. They're barely visible, but at night. People say they're the restless souls of those who met their death on the island. You're not sure what Will's talking about. Maybe the island is truly haunted with the spirits of the deceased? You mentioned a flash of light over the ruins. Did you see it with your own eyes, or just hear about it from someone else? I saw it with my own eyes, and just recently. Almost blinded me, like half the island suddenly burst into flames. When the locals saw it, they fell to their knees and started to pray. They said that the old god had returned. Dimwits. What else could you expect from them? Says the king of dimwits. Well, I guess that's all I need to know about the island. Whatever you say, my baron. Tell me about those who tricked you. They were a trio I hired to retrieve my possessions from Kendlemere's island. Turned out to be a bunch of tricksters. You must know the place. It's in the center of the lake with the ancient temple ruins. So they took my money, jumped into a boat, and whoosh, gone with the wind. So many days have passed, not a single word from them. And they had the nerve to call themselves a paladin and a cleric. Scum is what they are. You tell me more about them? A ranger, a paladin of Irori, and a cleric of Nethys. You know, the two-faced god. Frankly speaking, that one gives me the creeps. That one gave me the creeps from the very beginning. Half of those servants of Nethys are real psychos. Today they agree to help you, and tomorrow they change their minds at the drop of a hat. And this one played his tricks on me, too. A paladin and a cleric who willingly took a job running errands for you. Sounds strange if you ask me. You know, Your Grace, when I mentioned the old temple, they exchanged a glance. Like I was talking about some hidden treasure. I was such a fool. I should have realized from the start they had their own agenda. Let's go back to my other questions. As you wish. Whatever you need to catch these thieves. Fine. I'll try to figure it out. Praise Desna! Don't let those scoundrels leave with my treasure! If you manage to learn something new, please let me know. I'm staying at the tavern in the center of town. That's where I'll wait for good news. This is when I just exchange glances with Jubilost and go, I'm not evil. I can't just shoot him. Listen, Aiden, remember our recruitment? Well, I did that. We have the numbers, but there's no one to command them. Ragongar spits through his fangs. We need to find someone these dimwits will fear and obey. Me alone's not enough. I know who you know who we should make commanders? Not those boneheads or brevoy who dance around with their pig stickers. No, we should hire spellcasters instead. Our regular bonebreaker troops won't whisper a word against a wizard. They're too afraid of getting lightning thrown in their face. And just imagine what terror they'll bring on the battlefield. Not like those sword lords. Coral mopped the floor with them. Yeah, no, hire spellcasters. Great. A couple of fried troublemakers and the rest of your soldiers will toe the line. Yeah, no, definitely hire the wizards. And we make so little BP at the beginning of this game. Let's go investigate Candlemere. Let's go sell all this crap first. Oh man, Falcon and the Winter Soldier releases tomorrow, doesn't it? That'll be exciting. So, I'm kind of mad about some things, folks. I'm mad about the fact that I keep trying to upgrade my graphics card so I can bring you guys better streams. And literally all the graphics cards in the world are currently like either super expensive, like price inflated due to demand, or out of stock. Wait, I want you to meet someone. Here, this is Tessie the Quill, a book peddler. If not for her, I'd probably still be sitting in a radish patch in my hometown. Tessie, a plump woman wearing heavily patched clothes, greets you with a broad got-to smile. Nice to meet you, your barony. Thanks for keeping an eye on this little tot. Yeah, I've got a new SSD coming. I have a 4 terabyte SSD coming on Saturday that I'll be installing. So hopefully, at the very least, I'll be able to move all my games over to it, and then, at the very least, we'll have less loading times. Where are you from? Right now or in general? Came from Mivon just right now. As for in general, well, I'm from everywhere and nowhere. Was found under a brush and I've traveled with the wind ever since. Haha. How'd you meet Lindsay? I went through her village from time to time. We're many buyers. I was lucky to still have a dozen calendars each year, maybe a couple cheap vulgar prints. Then a priest from the capital went to live there, and he got the young people interested in reading little by little. Someone asked for romance stories, someone wanted heroic tales. Well, one day, this little tot came by and traded her father's belt, 2 bottles, and a hunk of bread for a 2-volume collection of legends about the Arch Knights of Avestan. Came back later all tear-stained. Looked like her daddy didn't need the belt after all. Or look... So she sniffles at me and says, "Take me with you, I can help." Looks at me like a lost puppy. If I took her along, why not? That's what got the ball rolling. What brought you here? A little bird told me about a proper city in the Stolen Lands now, one with a printing house, with an old friend of mine sitting in that printing house at that. So I came by to see her, maybe buy some books while I'm at it. Will you be staying? Me? Not really. Probably not for a while at least. The people here seem fine. They read at least. Then again, there's a printing house here. And I need to catch up with Lindsay. Hadn't seen her in a few years, you know. After I get tired of things here, I'll be on my way again. You travel around. Have you heard anything interesting about my neighbors? Tessie hides the money and smiles knowingly. Of course I do. What do you want to hear about? How are things in Brevoy? Bad. People in Restov are honing their swords. With the royal house gone, it's just a matter of time until there's some big uproar. Everyone knows it and no one wants it, but there doesn't seem to be any way to avoid it. Any news from Miven? The usual, schemes and duels. Some bunch of runaway bandits flooded in there from Brevoy. Rumor has it the Great Houses are intentionally straining Mivon so the Aldori there won't be able to help Restov when the carnage begins. What's going on with Patax? Under King Iravetti, what isn't? Parties, parades, executions. The king robs the trade houses that used to own the city. He brought some gang in from Numeria who's been selling deliriant potions. He sends strange expeditions into nearby lands, but no one knows what he's looking for. Nobody can tell what the kook's thinking. That's why he always wins. Anyone asked about my lands? Now don't you go take me for a spy, all right? Honestly, go ahead and check me with magic, or I should just ask Lindsay. I'm happy to hear and pass along rumors, but I don't go spying on purpose. My business is books. As for your question, well, of course they're interested. People in Restov want to know if they were right to wager on you, while Mivan and Patax are still trying to take measure of their new neighbor. No one knows what to expect from you, so they're getting themselves ready for some surprises. Thank you. That's enough for now. You're always welcome. We peddlers are pretty good at judging rumors, you know. Farewell. A good day to you. Take care, Lindsay. Oh, thank God it wasn't going to make us watch her walk all the way back.
That is not far.
And now we're off to wow, that got caught in my throat. Sorry. To Candlemere. I haven't played around with alchemists too much. I wanna play around with Jubilost a bit. Also, Jubilost is a better cook than Lindsay. Weapon focus bombs. Well, let's go down to Candlemere Lake. Find out what happened to Gunderson's team. Note wrapped in oiled leather. We came to the island at dusk. Decided to spend the night on the shore and go in the dawn. We've seen some lights floating over the underbrush. For some reason, they don't approach. Keep their distance from us. Tomorrow we'll head to the ruins. The cleric and the paladin who hired me to guide them keep aloof. They exchange whispers about something hidden in these ruins and fall silent as soon as I come close. We've come here to search for the treasures for a man called Gunderson, but these two seem to have plans of their own. It would bother me less if Frism wasn't a cleric of Nethys. People say the moods and methods of his followers change as often as that of their two-faced god. For now, at least, the cleric behaves nicely, except for the constant frantic speeches about the ruins. Anyways, Britt was a paladin of Rory, so I guess I can rely on his sense of justice. We heard about strange things that take place in Candlemere Lake. A few days ago, local folks saw a bright flash of light over the tower in the island, and no one could explain what it was. Another strange thing I witnessed myself. When we were coming to the island on our boat, I noticed an old geezer on the shore. The island is thought to be deserted. I guess the geezer saw us, too, because he disappeared. I would track the old hermit down, but I don't dare leave the campsite unattended. Can't help thinking this island is really cursed, as locals used to say. If the curse is just a fable, and if Rizmil doesn't try any tricks, we'll come back here and I'll take this note away. I'll take this note away. And if you find this note, traveler, hop on your boat and go back where you came from. Erast will bless me. Ori Folkry.
As it should be.
Well. I can only assume shit went down.
I know what to do.
You can count on me.
Yes.
Ow! Fucking piece of shit! Ow!
Can someone help me?
Good. You dead. Confide in me. Look ahead.
Wand of crushing despair. Ow! Stop hitting me with fucking lightning bolts.
Not dead yet.
Okay. No, seriously, this is bullshit. Alright?
This was not part of the plan.
The fucking quadruple, like, all three of them hit us with lightning bolts twice before any of us got to do anything. That's actual legitimate bullshit, is what that is.
I'm all right. You survive. I always survive.
Holy shit, game.
A clever ploy.
This won't kill me.
Nowhere to run. How dark. Primitives.
Well, yeah, that's some hot loose bullshit right there is what that is. Oh, come on, dog. Actually attack.
All right.
I aim true. This should do it. A calculated risk. My path at an end.
Oh yeah, alchemists have to prepare their spells. I need to actually go in and prepare Jubilost's spellbook.
This will hurt. Will they ever learn? Cannot hide from me. Let's try this way.
Some bidity bullshit right there. Yeah, absolutely. That's some. Holy shit, was that a bunch of bullshit?
So,
Wow.
any brilliant ideas?
That was, like I said, that was like all three wisps lightning bolting us at the same time and then doing it again.
You have a bruise that will bother you. A leech would help.
What? A leech? No, thank you. It'll somehow have to figure out a way to heal by itself.
Would a leech help a bruise? I guess. Maybe? Huh. Suck, though. Alright, well, if I get jumped by 3 fucking wisps again, I think I might lose Amiri and Octavia, but...
Something bothering you? In due time.
I've described the plant and the wound it caused as soon as I could. I hope in the future I'll be able to show these notes to some druid to learn more about this stuff. I should have known better than to go into a bush thicket. The slope was steep, and it was dangerous to climb here anyways, even if these light creatures won't bother us. Rismal started to behave strangely earlier this morning. He acted like a real madman, made me search for a shortcut to the ruins, and refused to heal me when I got wounded by the thorn. Damn priest constantly pushes us ahead. Supposedly, he had a message from Nethys himself, and while his god is waiting for him in the tower, the cleric had no time for petty matters. Starting to believe all those rumors about the followers of Nethys and their unreliability were true. I wanted to turn back and leave the gold where it belongs, but Britt persuaded me to keep moving forward. According to him, this Gunderson guy has got the wrong meaning of the word treasure. The paladin is convinced that the treasure, which really is hidden in the tower, is some priceless magic knowledge left there by ancient dwellers of the island. But he's not sure he can get to the place through the thickets without my help. If I had it my way, I'd just leave this mess as it is. I seriously doubt our client is interested in some dusty old books, but this argument won't work for the cleric, who worships the god of magic, and the paladin, who serves the god of knowledge. Britt tried to heal my wound by himself. As a result, it's almost closed, but still stings bitterly. I hope it's a passing side effect, because at least for now, I have no way back.
The beginning of the hunt.
This should do it. Ah!
Not doing it wrong.
Nowhere to run.
Why?
Consider provoked.
A calculated risk. Ah!
Tear them apart!
I aim true.
This is for you.
Done. I'll end this suffering.
Jesus fuck!
Wounded. This was not part of the plan. This was not all my knowledge, all my
I
genius.
always survive.
Oh, Serenray. I see. The traces of my family.
How are we supposed to do this? Have a communal energy resistance spell or something like that?
Right here, my friend.
Oh yeah, protection from energy communal, I guess. Rid of those, give that. Immunity to electricity. Okay, so that's... So we need to rest again and give Tristan some of these spells. We're resting again, everybody.
We'll do it the hard way.
I think we just rested.
This spell has other uses. This should do it.
Consider being provoked.
A calculated risk.
Cannot hide from me.
Let yourself open.
Okay.
Confide in me.
Now. Got that. Alright, cool.
All according to plan.
Finish them quick.
We now have the solution to this island. Oh wow, they just all of their damage is electricity apparently, so we just fucking ignore everything they do
This is for you.
from now on.
Nowhere to run.
Clever boy. In due time.
Completed.
A fatal mistake. Calm down.
Well,
This was not part of the
I
plan.
always survive.
Hey,
No.
can someone help me? I die. Free.
So there's our fatal flaw. Okay, well, let's recast it before we go up.
Right here, my friend.
Or we'll save the first casting. We'll move so that only one of our allies triggers this wisp down here.
Focus on the goal.
I'm not afraid.
Like so. And then we'll cast it before we climb up. We'll also save before we climb up, like we should have done previously, but I didn't think about it.
I'm good. You dead.
This should do it.
Consider being provoked.
Repent!
Tear them apart!
A clever ploy.
Cannot hide from me.
Yep.
Bet. Done.
All right. First,
You require my assistance?
heal. Heal.
No
Then-
mistakes.
Mage armor.
Ready and willing.
Mage armor. Enlarge. Enlarge.
Share your troubles.
Protection from electricity, communal. Save. Save. Climb the hill.
Face me if you dare.
Cast it again.
Nowhere to run.
Ha! Primitives.
They go down!
A calculated risk.
I aim true.
This is for you!
This will hurt. Oh.
I grant you death.
I'll fight if I have to.
Bring it!
Oh, wait. No, 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 no. Don't do that. Do not run that way.
Cannot hide from me.
You can't stop me.
Tear them apart!
Let's try this way.
All right, we survived the ambush that time.
How may I help?
Just in case.
All according to plan.
A dead warrior in full armor with Irori holy symbols lies on the ground. He was backstabbed. Oh. There's Brit.
Give them what they deserve.
I'm getting tired of these fucking wisps.
Calm down. This was not part of the plan.
Good. Good to know that wisps, while they're not living, they're also not undead.
This was not part of the plan.
I aim true.
Glad you dead. Bring it.
Consider me provoked.
Ah, they're aberrations. Vulnerable to magic missile, it says. With all the AC stuff that Aiden has on right now, with his AC at an effective 24, I guess they're probably targeting his touch AC, aren't they? His touch AC, which is still the highest of the group, but still lower than everyone else. The 7 are still low. Apparently, they can still hit him at a 2.
This should do it.
Cannot hide from me.
Aiden has the highest AC in the party, and they're still hitting him on a 2 or better.
Tear them apart!
A calculated risk.
Nowhere to run.
They go down!
In due time.
That's just my luck whenever I play D&D, though. Like I will always like I can consistently have the highest AC in the party, no matter how you calculate it, and still consistently be getting hit. I have no idea how many more fucking will-o-wisps there are. Save. Man stands in the center of the half-ruined hall. He is motionless, his eyes are closed, head tilted as if he were listening to something inaudible. He's clad in tattered black and white robe, though mud and dust made his clothes look uniformly gray. Hearing your footsteps, the man shudders and turns abruptly. The left part of his face is covered in blood and dirt. Seeing you, he gives a low growl in his throat. Trespassers! He spits on the ground. Are you so eager to die? Who are you? Who am I? Oh, soon the whole world will know my name. The man straightens and raises his head to the sky. Two-faced Rizmel, keeper of the gates, harbinger of Nethys. I have many names, and you shall pay fealty to them all. The all-seeing eye has brought me here to this sanctuary of magic. Others came, but they did not survive the trials. I am the only one who hears the word of Nethys and can open the gates for him. Then the all-seeing eye will reward his chosen. I will become a lord in his new era. An enchanted sanctuary gates of the worlds, they are here in these ruins. Silence! You are too blind to see what surrounds you. Vibrant, bright, glorious to those who have embraced the arcane and mastered its power. Nethys himself led me here. His voice rings in my head, calling for the portal. These writings, all these wandering lights, only the blind cannot see the coming of the all-seeing eye. Irony. So watch your tongue. The moment nears where I open the portal and let Nethys into this world. Fear my lord's wrath, for there will be no escape for blasphemers. Irony. Oh, so the great Nethys is just beyond the portal, yet the god of magic can't cross over on his own? Ah! One more word, insect, and you'll witness it yourself. Let's assume Nethys waits beyond the portal. What's beyond the portal exactly? Can you feel it? No, of course you can't. The whole tower bears the mark of the arcane. Look around you. Can't you see these writings? Since ancient times, believers knew a portal lay here, so they left signs heralding the arrival of Nethys. What do the writings say? I'll find out. When he comes, when he shares his boundless wisdom with me, I'll find out everything I want. Some say the place is cursed. Cursed? Only fools can claim this place is cursed. On the contrary, this tower, this portal, it's a true blessing for those who can grasp its real greatness. Enough about this place. Where are the others you came with? Who? Ah, you're talking about those who came to the island with me. They are gone. One of them came up halfway here. I know nothing of his fate. And the second, a miserable creature. He kept talking how knowledge must belong to everyone. Wisdom should be shared, about telling others about this place. He kept talking and talking. So I silenced him. Rizmel, no matter if the island is cursed or not, you're not in your right mind. You do not know what you're doing. How dare you? Nethys himself guides me. How dare you judge a chosen one of the all-seeing eye? As you listen to Rizmel, you can't stop frowning. Something is clearly not right. Not just with the man with his words. Nethys, the mad deity of magic and wizardry, never speaks directly to his followers. His followers take pride in this, for their god is much too great to lower himself to such a base form of expression. Whoever or whatever Rizmel heard beyond the portal is not Nethys. Listen to yourself. Nethys speaks to me. Nethys has chosen me. You know your god does not waste his time on mortals. How long are you going to lie to yourself, claiming the voice in your head belongs to Nethys? Rizmel's voice trembles. But it's just... I am the chosen. I knew it, always. The chosen one, different from the others. Near the tower entrance lies a paladin, dead, stabbed in the back. You betrayed him by giving in to your own ambition and pride. So who are you after all you've done, Rizmel? What do you want to know? As you look at him, Rizmel's face changes. The obsessive gleam in his eye gives way to astonishment and terror. He throws a haunted look at his surroundings, touches his face, and stares dully at the blood and dirt on his fingers. What have I done? Great Nethys, what a nightmare is this? Can't be. I failed you. Misled by illusions, darkness took my mind, and how can I atone for this? All I've done, it's not possible. The voice urged me to open the gates. It still sounds inside my head, but it is not Nethys. No, it is not him. It is something else. I would never be able to repay for your help, stranger. But I must ask you one more thing. Will you help me to confront the creature that waits beyond the portal? I'll be able to open it and let this thing come to Galarian. We have to destroy it before it finds some new prey. Rizmel covers his eyes. When we're done with this, I'll stay here and make sure no living soul ever falls victim to this island. We know nothing about this creature who's waiting on the other side. Give me some time to get ready. I'll wait for you. Don't waste your time. Save. We're just gonna camp here.
Listen, Tristan. Why do you always forgive everyone for everything? Punch them once, and they respect you right away.
I don't need that kind of respect, Amir. It brings nothing but suppressed anger. Sooner or later, they'll understand they were wrong and apologize for their carelessness and rash words.
People don't apologize, Tristan. Even when they know they're wrong, people don't apologize. In general. I'm ready to face whatever lies beyond the portal.
As it should be.
It's a will-o'-the-wisp. Duke Dazzleflare.
I aim true.
I like how I didn't actually like take any time to buff or anything.
Will they ever learn? This will hurt.
Go.
You forced my hand.
I grant you death.
Done and done.
Sure you want to stay here on this island? This is my penance. Someone must keep watch over the portal. I won't let anyone else die here or become enslaved by temptation. Now, if your mind's clear, tell me about this place. This is the place where two worlds connect. The border is razor thin, so it gave birth to a portal. Now it's sealed, but when I was performing a ritual here, I noticed it's easy to open it. Someone must have used this portal before, not too long ago. Can you seal the portal permanently? Alas, I'm not able to do it. The only thing I can do is become a guardian of the portal to the end of my days. The man sent me to this island and claimed there were treasures here. Guess this man was wrong. Farewell. I'm gonna wander around, look for treasure, get killed by wisps. It'll be great.
All according to plan.
All according to Geikaku. Do full plate here. Ragged meaningless scribbles there. Fuck! I called it too, didn't I?
The forest makes care for everyone.
Ready for anything.
Tomorrow feeds someone else. With you.
Oh, let's kill this Duke Dazzleflare again.
I'm not afraid.
Clever boy.
Tear them apart!
This should do it.
I grant you death.
Consider it.
Primitives. calculated risk.
Cannot hide from me.
This is for you!
This fight's taking a lot longer than it did the first time.
Ever learn? You forced my hand. This will hurt.
Wait, what did he cast? Villain Monster 5 just summons people?
All according to plan.
All according to Gaku. Alright, now we save. Again. You have to save at every step of the way in this fucking place. Let's grab that. And let's get the fuck out of here. I'm not dealing with those other wisps. Let's leave. Fuck that island. Fuck that island and all who call it home. I was. My Baron, I was waiting for you. Any news? I visited the Cursed Island. Wolves with monsters, the Ranger and the Paladin are dead, and the Cleric of Nethys left in voluntary exile. The ruins are completely empty. No treasures. That means the curse really exists, right? Of course it exists. This island has seen too much sorrow and suffering. Now any living creature who sets foot there is doomed. The locals should stay away from the place to avoid the dormant evil within the tower. Cleric and a paladin together were unable to put an end to this curse. It would truly be unwise to try and go there again. Too bad, too bad. Well, here's your reward, as promised. Seems I have no luck with this island. No profits at all. I guess I should move further to the east. People say the Tours of Lebanese has plenty of places where an inquisitive mind might find something of value. And right now, if you don't mind, I could use a drink. I do mind, but get the fuck out of my town. Got some fantasy rock going on there right now, don't we? You know. Gold.
That is not far.
Alright, well, we made it through Candlemere. We'll never go back again.
As it should be.
As it should be, exactly.
In due time. All according to plan.
Alright. Ancient curse is upon us. The attack from the Bald Hilltop is expected in 2 weeks. Discussion of the nature of curses, Candlemere. Cursed Bald Hilltop makes its presence felt once more. Maddened forest beasts, horribly warped and magical putrescence, are emerging from the forest, attacking our peasants and travelers. Ragongar, solve it. Ragongar solved it. Alright. And now once that event pops up, we can go to the Bald Hilltop and actually fight things. Thank you, Balkan, for the acerbic ring. What does an acerbic ring do? When this wearer attacks with bombs, he'll initial. Whoop!
Follow my lead.
To the Bald Hilltop.
Let's finish them nowhere to run.
I'll fight if I have to.
Let's try this way.
Bring it!
Wait, why did Jubilos not get a turn?
I aim true.
I'll try to make this swift.
This should do it.
Tear them apart!
Soldiers, come march. Kill the wolves. Fall in the hole. This hole has spikes.
They go down!
Oh, Christ, come on. Did literally all of my skeletons fall in the pit? Oh, hey, at least she fell in the pit too. Get back out of the pit.
Bring it!
Cannot hide from me.
This won't kill me!
Provoked. Barony.
A calculated risk. Tear them apart!
Nowhere to run.
The pit consumes all.
This will hurt. Let's try this way.
Got her.
Aim true.
So it's come to this.
This should do it.
I grant you death.
Calm down. This was not part of the plan.
Cannot hide from me.
Ekin, it would be great if you could hit something. It'd also be really great if that spike trap could go away, Octavia. Oh, fuck. She cast shield. That's right. Hey, spike trap went away.
Nowhere to run.
This is for you.
A calculated risk. In due time.
Confide in me. Head on.
Oh, blindness went away when she died. Okay, cool. That's good. That's good.
That is not far.
In that case. Let's see what these two events are, and then we'll take our break. I beg pardon for this intrusion, Your Grace, but I'm afraid I have bad news. Magic beasts are attacking people across the country. One knows where they came from, but if the situation continues to develop as it is, it may pose a serious problem. Fortunately, there's good news as well. The Embeth travelers have offered to help fight the monsters. I expect this would be a good opportunity to invite some guests from neighboring countries to join the hunt. Would you mind that? Who are these Embeth travelers, and what should they ask for? What should they ask for their help? Embeth Forest is south of your domain. It's a dangerous place swarming with wicked fae and other magical creatures. Embeth travelers are renowned for their mastery of eliminating such threats. They don't ask for much, compensation for traveling expenses, and the right to keep any trophies they hunt down. This seems a fair price to me. Good idea. Invite the guests. We can go to the hunting lodge. Valerie keeps silent a few moments, pursing her lips. I don't know where to begin. You see, your subjects, who until recently felt only suspicious towards you, are gradually changing their minds. What you've been able to do for the barony has apparently made them feel that they can bring you any problem they have, even the most trivial. The neighbor of a local shepherd has taken his cow. Apparently, the owner let it graze in her backyard, and now the woman refuses to return the animal. According to her, she tolerated the imposition long enough, and now feels the milk belongs to her. The shepherd, of course, is demanding the return of his property. As I see it, the shepherd is right. The cow belongs to him, and it must be returned to its owner. Although, if you want to know my other opinion, this is a matter for the village chief or village council or something of the sort, not for the supreme rule of the lands. Barony may not be vast, but that doesn't mean the peasants should bother you with such trifles. Return the cow to the shepherd. Of course.
Hunting together with foreign guests not only helped solve the problem of rapidly multiplying magical animals, it also improved our relationships with our neighbors. But little did we know that this innocent fun would be the start of a real catastrophe.
Save. Save, and yeah, we're gonna take a quick break. If you're watching on Twitch, please stay tuned for these commercial messages. As a reminder, when we take a break, you take a break. So stand up, stretch your legs, move around, grab a drink, use the bathroom, whatever you need to do. We'll be back in just a few minutes. And we're back. Hello, everybody. Welcome back from the break. Major Knuckle.
As it should be.
We are going to a hunting lodge next. Sort all this stuff up. Don't have the BP. Oh. Let's go hunting. Now, this is an event that I've never actually done because the last time it popped up, I accidentally skipped over it. So this will be my first time seeing this particular series of quests. Into the hunting lodge we go. The leader of the travelers, a graying man with strong hands and sharp eyes, greets you with a nod. Your Grace, thank you for hosting this hunt. He turns to the guests. Dear guests, welcome. I am Jamel Vesser of Embeth Forest. I have no talent for speeches, so let us proceed to business. This is no normal hunt. Rather than hares or deers, our prey shall be owlbears, hydras, and wyverns. These targets will be dangerous enough anywhere, but on these grounds we found extraordinarily large and fierce specimens. We aim to eliminate them before they can find their way to any civilians. To make the hunt a bit more interesting, we decided to add an element of competition. Jamel displays a gold-trimmed chest to the gathered audience. There are 3 dire monsters on the grounds. I'm willing to bet my crew will gather 2 heads at least. But if one of the other parties bests us and gathers 2 or even all 3 trophies, they will be rewarded with a valuable prize. Don't dally, though. We won't be waiting forever for anyone. Is everyone ready? Ekron frowns. This is no game. People are dying. Examine the guests from Miven. 2 Sword Lord sisters represent the Mivoni Aldari. As they inspect their equipment, the elder sister Edna can be heard scolding the younger Julia. Julia sighs and rolls her eyes, but she doesn't interrupt her sister. Examine the guests from Patax. Anamid Bellavera, one of the most popular bards in Patax, has come as an emissary of King Irvedi. Doesn't seem to have brought any hunting gear. Noticing your look, the bard smiles playfully. What's in the chest? That's for the winner to find out. There's no prize better than a surprise, or so it's said. I'm ready. Let us begin! The hunting grounds are an hour's travel from here. Don't waste any time. We won't hesitate to bag all the trophies.
I'm positive I found something.
Done and done.
All according to plan.
All according to Geikaku. Alright. Let's go hunt some beasts. I wonder if we'll be able to get all 3, or if it will even matter. Kill at least 2 of the 3 magical beasts.
Focus on the goal.
You can count on me.
Yes.
Ba, Rite. Ba,
no mistakes. In due time. Enemy approaching.
God damn it.
This will hurt. Repent.
They go down!
I'll fight if I have to.
I aim true.
Let's try this way. This should do it. A fine use of my talents.
Come on, I was supposed to throw the bomb.
This spell's not supposed
Jesus
to
Christ,
look like
game.
that.
When I click on an enemy, register the click.
A calculated risk. You forced my hand.
There we go.
Bring it!
You can't stop me.
Nope, nope, stop.
Cannot hide from me.
I don't know where you thought you were going, Ekun, but that's not what I told you to do.
This will hurt. I'll try to make this swift. A clever ploy.
All right, well, that's we've killed 3 dire beasts. That's all we need to do, right?
What's new?
Oh no, we need to kill 2 of the 3 magic beasts. Not just dire beasts, but magic dire.
Follow my lead.
Face me if you dare.
That is not far.
Now is the beginning of the hunt. I aim true.
That's a lot of owlbears.
Let's try this way.
You know, it's a lot of owlbears.
They go down!
So it's come to this.
I grant your death.
This should do it.
This won't kill. I'll survive. I'll always survive.
Oh, she didn't survive standing up that time.
There are other ways to cast this spell.
So much for I always survive.
Cannot hide from me.
A calculated risk. I'm wounded. Ha! Primitives.
This is for you!
Nowhere.
This will hurt. Will they ever learn?
I'll fight if I have to.
Repent!
I aim true.
Anything that'll let me pick people up from the dead yet? No, not yet. No revival spells yet. And Amira keeps going down. I'm very tempted to lower the difficulty because this is getting kind of ridiculous. Hey, he managed to crawl out of the hole.
You can't stop me.
You forced my hand.
I grant you death.
Let's try this way. You require my assistance?
Magritium Turinos. Magritium Turinos. Magritium Turinos. Magritium Turinos. Magritium Turinos.
Yeah. I think I'll lower the difficulty just because this stream is already taking. This game will already take many episodes. It's gonna take way more episodes if any of my main characters die.
This should do it.
I think I'll just drop it down to story. The story difficulty.
Cannot hide from me.
Bring it! I'll try to make this swift.
Not right now, obviously. A little fight, but
A calculated risk.
I exploded that dog.
Consider me provoked.
Nowhere to run.
Right here, my friend.
Let's go ahead and drop the difficulty down. Story. Watch me still die.
In due time.
I shall end this suffering.
Two of the Aldori's.
I aim true.
So it's come to this.
Tear them apart!
I grant you death.
This is glancing at each other, grimacing. Finally, Edna straightens herself and speaks. Thank you. We owe you our lives. It almost killed you. That's because someone would happily charge a pack of dragons with their bare hands given the chance. Oh, and here I thought it was because one of us spends more time running to the kitchen for cookies than training with her sword. How are things in Mivon? Same as always, a total mess. As far as I can tell, Brevoy officials must have decided state prisons were a waste of taxes because their criminals have been fleeing to our lands by the dozens. And Galt is sending spies and provocateurs at us without even trying to cover their tracks anymore. Add in yet another skirmish along our border with Patax, and, well, it's business as usual. On the bright side, our uncle has finally defeated the old treasurer in a duel. So now, as long as no one else tries to claim the position, it's as good as his. Miven's public officials are determined by duels. It's called meritocracy. The most skilled get to rule. Anyone can gain a position in our society, provided they can defend that position in a fair fight. Everyone duels, from lowly apprentices to high ministers. That's why Mivoni's swordplay is unrivaled. Not by Galt, not by Brevoy, and not by the River Kingdom. Big deal, fencing with toothpicks. Just some entertainment for rich city dwellers. In a real fight, all your stances and feints aren't worth shit. Judging by your fight with the owlbear, Mivoni's sword lord's getting best one of our cooks. Would you like some lessons in swordplay from my stable hand? Are we not your guests, so it demands satisfaction here and now? Edna, through clenched teeth glaring. I urge you to rescind your words, or I'm forced to make you do so. I apologize. It was a poor joke. In Miven, that sort of joke typically ends with an appointment in the square and a jester to finding a few new buttonholes in their shirt. Don't mention it. Take care. Hear that, sister? Take care, as in make sure we can actually kill a monster before attacking it. The most dangerous monster you can handle is a cow that's already been butchered and deep fried. You should make yourself a new coat of arms with a fork instead of a sword on it. Sisters continue to quarrel, no longer paying attention to you. It's not my fault I'm a better sword fighter than the two of you. Owlbear head.
All according
We
to
obtained the
plan.
head of an enormous owlbear. Oh, it's one.
I'm listening.
As it should be. We will be victorious. This will hurt. They go down!
Cannot hide from me.
Oh look, reinforcements from behind.
Let's try this way.
This is for you.
Nowhere to run.
Repent. A clever ploy. This should do it. In due time.
Almighty beast, deadly be your poison. Praise Lamashtu. Almighty beast, strong be your wings. Praise Lamashtu. Almighty beast, sharp be your claws. Run, beast be hungry. Mercy Lamashtu.
I wish there was another way.
calculated risk.
I aim true.
Bring it! Look at me, Gorum!
Oh, that
That is not far.
that was easier than expected. Like that fight took less time than the bear fight we just had.
Blood for Gorum!
I grant you death.
I'll fight if I have to.
Primitives!
Hey, look, my tank build actually worked for once. I just had to drop the difficulty down. There another enemy? There it is. There it is.
You forced my hand. This will hurt.
Cannot hide from me.
Follow my lead.
Nowhere to run.
Let's try this way.
You can't stop me.
Tear them apart! They go down!
I'll try to make this swift.
I aim true.
This should do it. Will they ever learn?
So it's come to this.
I grant you death.
A calculated
Consider provoked.
Bring it!
Because I don't want to. I really don't want to be playing this game for 3 months. Now I think about it, particularly because like it's March now. In May, I want to start playing the new Mass Effect games. And if I have to reduce the amount of time I'm playing the ADHD stream because I get a new job,
all according to plan.
which my second interview for my new job is tomorrow. So that's fun. If I have to reduce the amount of time I'm doing the ADHD stream based on my new job's hours, if I get the job, Yeah, no. We're keeping this thing on story mode from here on out. On story difficulty. Like I said, I really want to stream the Mass Effect remaster once it comes out. Ancient Wyvern.
I did as you asked.
Wow, it just died after wailing on that guy for a while. Embeth Traveler. The hunter lifts the wyvern's severed head in triumph. You see that? Bang! Down, it's done. Now that's how we deal with the beast back in Embeth Forest. The way you handled it was amazing. Great job. Thanks for the kind words. Yeah, unfortunately, we're used to it. Our homeland gives us no slack. Every week there's another hungry beast to deal with. They're like this everywhere. Is there no place left in the world where people can live without fear? You haven't seen anything unless you've been up north. You've seen a mammoth? It's the size of a mountain. Hair like forest. Tusks so long each one could impale a whole tribe. Yeah, we know what a mammoth is. Sure, we don't have those here, but trust me, we've got our share of monsters. A good hunt to you. To you as well. Don't take the rest of the meat.
I'm not afraid.
What the fuck is this? Primal giant fly trap. Oh, great. It's a primal, which means it has blur.
Cannot hide from me.
Oh, we're gonna have to deal with that soon. Primal creatures have blur. Mutant plant. Yes. Giant fly trap. Fairy fire. There we go. That deals with the blur. Now we can hit it.
This is for you.
Worth lighting my sword on fire.
This will hurt.
Reduced damage from fire. Alright, so that was definitely not the right call. I mean, it was just reduced damage from the physical aspect of the attack.
Fine use of my talents. Repent.
I'll fight if I have to.
Reduced damage. It's resistant to acid. It's resistant.
Let's try this way.
Wow.
I aim true.
Resistant to acid, resistant to piercing, resistant to slashing. Okay, it's not resistant to fire, so it's the slashing. It's the slashing part of the fire sword that it was resistant to, not the fire. So okay, that's good.
That is not far.
Fortunately, it's a plant, so it doesn't have a head we can collect. Otherwise, that would have been our second.
Done and done. I did as you asked.
Wand of Searing Light. Wand of Crushing Despair, aka the Depression Stick. An invisible cone of despair causes great sadness in the subjects. Each affected creature has a -2 penalty to attack rolls, saving throws, ability skills, and weapon damage. Crushing Despair dispels good hope. Literally, that's it's the depression stick. Been hit with the depression stick before, yeah. Hit me with your depression stick. Right.
In due time.
Would you rather be hit by the depression stick or the rhythm stick? I don't know. I mean, I assume rhythm stick, but I'm wiggle might.
All according to plan.
I guess it depends on what the rhythm stick does. Does it give you rhythm or does it force you to have rhythm?
Follow my lead.
Like, is the rhythm stick just like an enhancement or is it a command? Makes you dance.
In due time.
Oh, there's a Hydra. Primal Hydra.
Strike when certain.
Fuck! There's a second one that came up behind me. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for the ferocious Hydra. Snack, yes. Very sneaky snack. Fuck! Well. Ain't that some shit? I only have one casting of Fairy Fire. Boru.
Bring it.
Good, you dead.
Remember, primal creatures have blur. And what does blur do? Subject's outline appears blurred, shifting and wavering. This distortion grants subject concealment, 20% mischance. That is to say, a 20% chance that you will just automatically miss. Regardless of what you roll. So, with concealment, in 3.5 with concealment, and the reason why concealment didn't come back in 5th edition, or at least not in the same way, a concealment effect basically says, first roll a d100 to see if you even have a chance to roll your d20. And if you fail the d100 roll, it doesn't matter what you could have potentially rolled. It's just another layer of, like, it's just another layer between you and actually fighting the enemy. And the problem, and with things like blur, or things that have permanent blur like these things have, is it doesn't affect their ability to hit you.
You can't stop me.
Haha, more mirror images. Fuck you.
This should do it.
That, John Locke Cole, is worse. Making you roll before doing the concealment check instead of doing the concealment check first is worse. Like 100%. Because then you get to see that you would have missed.
My hand.
Like that's a feel bad right there. That is a no. Fuck that noise.
Cannot hide from me.
Oh, you would have hit, but it has concealment, so sucks to be you. Yeah, fuck that noise.
This spell's not supposed to work like that. Considerably provoked.
All out of bombs. Like, concealment is already a feel-bad mechanic. It's a mechanic that only exists to make you feel bad. Making a feel-bad mechanic worse... God. That's something Austin would do.
A calculated risk.
Alright, now that they're all clustered around Aiden... Yes, got all three. Now, Fairy Fire says, fuck your concealment.
Nowhere to run.
A clever boy.
This is for you.
This will hurt. Oh. I'll try to make this swift.
They go down!
No strike wasted.
Ha! Primitives.
I'll fight if I have to.
Let's try this way.
So it's come to this.
Alright, how come I couldn't take the heads off any of those Hydras? Come on.
That is not far.
At least we're going in the right direction. Hydra be strong! Hydra be so big! Praise la master! I go bring food to Hydra. Hydra love food! La master be pleased. Hydra no eat you? She might. Hydra big and scary. She definitely be. I be scared. Ah, Longshanks! Dip, skip, like it.
Our victory is certain. This should do it.
I grant you death.
You can't stop me.
Will they ever learn? Repent!
Bring it!
A calculated risk.
Cannot hide from me.
They're owlbears.
A fine use of my talents.
Tear them apart!
Tried to walk away, but they wouldn't let me.
You forced my hand.
Go down! I'll try to make this swift. Let's try this way.
I aim true.
This is for you!
Primitives! So it's come to this. This should do it.
Good, you dead.
As it should be.
Something bothering you?
All right. Where is this Hydra?
All according to plan.
Where is the big Hydra? I guess it's this way, past the other Hydras. That would make sense. Oh. Poisonous Hydra. Okay.
Keep your eyes open.
Face me if you dare!
Will they ever learn? Repent!
I'll fight if I have to!
A fine use of my talents.
Cannot hide from me.
Bring it! In due time.
All right. I have 2 trophies now, which I believe makes me the winner. Three dire monsters here. So to become the winner, we have to bag at least 2 of them. We have the heads of a dire. We have the heads of a Hydra and an owlbear. Goblins are torn apart by humongous claws. Their ugly little faces show horror. That's okay, game. That's a little bit unnecessarily editorializing, I think.
That is not far.
Up the hill, there's a burning bonfire. Beside it, a tablecloth has been spread on the ground with various delicacies on it. Ennemede plucks at the strings of her lute until she sees you and waves hello. The host of the hunt has come to pay us a visit. Welcome to our table. What a surprise if it isn't the estimable Jubilost Narthropple himself. Your books are a blessing. Please be so kind as to honor us with your company and tell us of your adventures. My pleasure, my pleasure. How goes the hunt? Excellent. The sun is warm, the wine is rich, and the company is good. I couldn't dream of a better hunt. You seem to be comfortable, not interested in hunting monsters. Why should we? We're happy where we are. Please, have a seat. Can I pour you some wine? Patax wines are the finest around. Is King Irvetti well? His Highness is healthy and vigorous. He sends you his regards. The urgent matters of state prevented him from attending this fine event, but he does hope to meet you personally in the near future. Enjoy yourself. I have to get back to hunting. A good hunt to you.
In due time.
Oh, look!
All according to plan.
I did as you asked.
Hidden thing. How many times do your animals demand pets a day? My animals don't really demand pets all that much. They sort of my animals laze about all day. They just sort of sleep as much as they want. All right. We go back to the hunting lodge now? What do we... Guess we're done. We should have filtered out animals. That's weird. Huh. Greater wargs just... Oh god, they're about to get... Like, these people are about to get eaten by these wargs.
A calculated risk.
Oh, we should save them.
A clever ploy.
You can't stop me.
Tear them apart!
Nowhere to run.
This will hurt. Ha! Primitives.
Consider me provoked.
Man, our dog is so huge. Look how big he is. He's bigger than the wolves.
They go down!
True.
You forced my hand. Let's try this way. Will they ever learn?
This is for you.
Oh,
I grant you death.
Dog is an Irish wolfhound. Huge is what it is.
I'll try to make this swift.
this should do it. A fine use of my talents.
I'll fight if I have to.
Bring it!
Cannot hide from me.
In due time.
Alright, well, back to the hunting lodge, I guess. Collect all. Leave. I did kill at least 2 of the threats. Down the horn. The hunt is over. As you wish. Now the hunt's over, let's see how it turned out. How did our Mivoni guests fare? Our honorable guest from Mivoni fought one of the monsters, but barely survived. Fortunately, His Grace's timely arrival forestalled tragedy. Wish them better luck next time. Our Pataxian guests fare. Our honorable guests from Patax managed to bag a single squirrel. Well, I hope they at least had a good time. The Embeth travelers fare. We defeated one of the beasts, but His Grace, noble ruler of the hunting grounds, has accomplished a true feat in gathering more trophies than us. Such skill deserves deep and genuine respect. Who won? You, Your Grace! The hunt is officially over. Thank you all for your participation. Oh, well, he just turned into an owlbear. An owlbear that I am now just routinely missing.
You can't stop me.
Clever ploy. So it's come to this.
Tear them apart!
A calculated risk.
Nowhere to run.
Consider the vote.
Dreadful. Or sorry, simply dreadful. I'll see to it that this poor man's family receives a pension. Wait. Could it be that all the monsters have appeared in this manner? If the public learns of this, there'll be no stopping the panic. I recommend we keep this incident quiet for the time being. I'll conduct an investigation without drawing anyone's attention, and in a month's time I'll inform you of the results. People have a right to know what threatens them. Spread the information on this event as wide as possible. Yeah, some of it will do more harm than good. Let's try to solve the problem discreetly to avoid further trouble. I'll give the necessary orders once we return to the capital. Oh, that was fun.
That is not far.
Not a single thought between the two of those. Oh dear, I hope it's not contagious. Oh dear, I hope it's not contagious. Oh dear, 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 I hope it's not contagious. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Skip day. General, rank up. Ancient Curse, Part 2. Castles. Castle. Christian's face glows with happiness. We made it! The second cursed attack was repelled, and the grateful citizens of the barony have a special reward for you. Ooh, I like gold. Unfortunately, I must bring you bad news again. The bald hilltop lies silent for the moment, but another attack is certain to come soon. I don't have anything useful to add. The locals are either oblivious to the curse's origins, or they're too scared to talk. I'd be better off reading ancient books on curses. Still don't know anything about this curse. Well, nothing that can help us contain it. Once every few months, it drives nearby animals, monsters, and other beasts insane, sending them into a bloodthirsty rampage. I don't know what action we can take on this. The only way I can help is by, roughly, predicting when the next attack will begin. Forgive me, Aiden. Don't be so hard on yourself, Tristan. Even knowing when to get ready is an important thing to know. I don't know how we'd handle these attacks if they happen without warning. Lindsay's right. You're too hard on yourself, Tristan. Thank you. Your support means much to me. Looks like we don't have a choice then. We'll wait and prepare for the next attack. CRPGs are good practice for voiceover work. Just figuring out different ways to talk. Lots of dramatic dialogue. I did that at the beginning of the next month. I was not. I should have been paying attention to the calendar. Game lands are now also available. Why does South Narrow Marshes cost so much more than the Came lands? The epidemic continues. More and more people die. More and more monsters roam your lands. Some of your subjects have already fled in search of safer havens. Your barony's very existence is in danger. We do have good news, too. I managed to gather some information that I hope will help you eliminate the threat before it's too late. Shortly after the epidemic started, goblins began appearing everywhere. Locals report that these goblins have been celebrating and shouting something about the Day of Glory for Lamashtu, when all these humans would be eaten by monsters and only goblins would remain. Sounds disturbing, does it not? Lamashtu, what do we know about her? She's called the Mother of Monsters. Her symbol is a three-eyed jackal head. She's an ancient and extremely evil goddess who spreads nightmares, insanity, and, well, perhaps what's interesting to us, monsters. Her worshippers are most of the monstrous races, like goblins, lamias, and gnolls. That said, there's no short supply of secret followers and cults among more civilized people, too, including people of the River Kingdom. So, I want to talk about Lamashtu, and this is probably where we're going to end on the stream today. After this, I'll talk about Lamashtu in a minute. We need to find the goblin leader and press them for information. Any idea where to begin the search? Yes, you were wise to prevent widespread panic by keeping the epidemic secret. Due to that, my agents caught several goblins and learned the location of their village. I'll mark it on your map. For the information. It's a disaster, Your Grace. We have an Jod. It's a disaster, Your Grace. We have an epidemic developing in the country. The afflicted first get a fever, then a bloody cough, then several hours later... And that's just half the trouble. Afterwards, the bodies of the afflicted become something like a cocoon, and monsters hatch out of them. People keep dying, and we haven't the slightest clue what's causing it or how to deal with it. Christian and I established a field hospital in the building of the former prison. Don't look at me like that. There were no better places to choose from. Frankly, we're lucky to find this one. Cut a long story short, we have a female patient who's volunteered for vivisection. It means cutting into her living body to look into the source of disease. After the surgery, Rastal figures will be lucky if we can close her up and let her go alive and well. However, we don't want to do it without your presence, Your Grace, so please try to find some time to attend. There's one more thing. Keston, that dunce, sent a message. He rambles from place to place. These letters are all we ever receive. Well, just read it. I guess it's urgent. Vivisection? What exactly are you going to do? What? We're going to find the source of the disease, that's what. Once the monster emerges, the body of the afflicted is torn to pieces, making it impossible to learn anything from the remains. We found one brave woman who gave us permission to cut her open. Traits are dire. We don't know exactly what we're looking for, and the vivisection is extremely dangerous for the patient, but we're left with no other choice. What do we know about this disease? Not much, just the primary symptoms. Not even sure if it is a disease, a curse, or some magical parasite. Perhaps with your help we'll manage to learn more. Progress on curing the disease? How should I put it? We've got none. We haven't been able to save a single patient yet. We're like blind kittens bumping against a wall, and we have nothing to show for it. I see. Let's go. So, Lamash 2. Goddess of Monsters. Right? That by itself isn't necessarily a problem. This is our hospital. The prison is certainly not the best location, or the healthiest, but it's better than nothing. Also, it might be cruel to say this, but considering the nature of the malady, it would be safer for everyone if the patients were kept behind bars until they are healed. I hope the city will have a proper clinic in time. Give me a few moments to look around. If you must, but please don't take too long. Okay, so Lamashtu. Lamashtu is the goddess of monsters, which is fine, sort of inherent in that vein. But there's a problem with Lamashtu. Lamashtu has some human servants as well. And they're all evil, because Lamashtu is an evil goddess. But her human servants are servants of Lamashtu because almost universally they have some sort of physical birth defect or disability. And they pray to Lamashtu so that more of their children are born as monsters or born with physical disabilities. So, in Galarian, in the Pathfinder universe, the evil goddess of monsters is also the goddess of physical disabilities. And the people that pray to her are evil people with physical disabilities, who are evil because of their physical disabilities, as far as the narrative is concerned. So to make it perfectly clear, as far as Final Show Films is concerned, and as far as anybody should be concerned, having physical disabilities or having birth defects is not a thing that makes you evil, nor is it good or cool that all of the representation of physical disabilities in Pathfinder are evil characters that worship the goddess of monsters. It's a bad look. It's a bad look. Now, I don't know if Lamashtu, I don't know if they've done anything different with Lamashtu in Pathfinder 2. But at least as of Pathfinder 3.5, Lamashtu was very, very not good. Like, there's one thing where it's like, you know, she's the progenitor of all monstrous humanoid races, and she's basically all the monsters come from her. That's one thing. But the fact that it's like, well, and like it happens later in here. There's a priestess of Lamashtu that we come across who has a club foot. The only people that we see in this game, and the only prominent NPCs that we see in the Pathfinder universe, at least in the 3.5 books, that had physical disabilities were worshippers of Lamashtu, and that is inherently ableist and bad. I just want to get that out here now, because next week we're going to be going into more stuff with Lamashtu, and it's going to be coming up. And there's not really any way to avoid it, because it's a major plot point in the game. I don't know. Yeah, no, right. I'm looking at it right here. Lamashu's followers seek out deformity in themselves and in others, performing scarring and mutilation on themselves and others. They detest traditional forms of beauty and seek to destroy or kill whenever possible. Some intentionally make themselves more beast-like, with her non-human followers do the opposite to better blend in with more civilized races. Yeah. Yeah. Not a good look, is what I'm saying. Big oofs, big oofs, big yikes. Yeah. So on that fun discussion, and like I said, we'll talk more about the like. Lamashu is just one of those things where it's like you can have like in Grand Terra I have Rethorb, who's the chaotic evil god of demons and sin. That would be the character that Lamashu's people would worship in Grand Terra. He has no connections to disabilities or anything like that whatsoever. He's the god of sin. So it's like, if you want to have people that do evil things for the sake of doing evil things, have that. Don't have the disability monster. It's bad. Anyways, thanks for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow with more Pathfinder Kingmaker, and more conversations about the ableism inherent in Lamashu. But thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back later tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern with Grand Terra Shadowfront. Speaking of Grand Terra, tonight's episode is episode 50, titled "On Impulse's Wings." So come check it out. Anyways, talk to you guys later. Bye. As soon as the game lets go of my mouse.